Let's do a quick overview of coordinate geometry. Graphs, slopes, midpoint formula, distance formula. Good things to keep in mind. Now, the coordinate system, the Cartesian plane, is named after René Descartes. Again, math history is pretty cool. So if you do not know who René Descartes is, I would encourage you to look into him. He lived around the 1600 range there. But we talk about the X and Y coordinate system, right? And you can write a point here and call that 2, 3, for example, if this is 3. The first number is the X coordinate and the number on the right is the Y coordinate. So that's the coordinate geometry introduction for us right there. So we keep that in perspective, and now we're going to look at the slope formula, right? One of the first things that we learn. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is what we use. Now, m is usually used for the slope. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if you had two different points, you just label one of them as x1, y1 and label the other one as x2, y2. And that's how you find the slope. So I'm just going to use a different set of numbers. So let's say they ask you to find the slope of these two numbers. You basically label this, and you plug it into this formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's how we find the slope. In this case, it would be 10 minus 2 over 3 minus 7, which is 8 divided by negative 4, which is negative 2 for the slope. So that's the slope formula. The first thing we need to know is make sure we know how to use the slope formula. When we know the slope, we can keep this in mind, that if they give us the slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b, this is called the slope. So the slope-intercept form, basically we can use this information. If we know what the slope is, we can use that information and the y-intercept to graph something. So let's just keep that in mind, the slope-intercept form and the point-slope form. Those are two formulas you want to know. The point-slope form is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. In the next video, we'll talk more about slope, intercepts, and how to graph, and all the other things you need for coordinate geometry. This is just getting you started. We know how to use the slope formula. We're going to talk about the distance formula and the midpoint formula. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you in the next video.